What is happening to XRP right now? The price is absolutely cascading. It's a bloodbath, okay? It's an absolute bloodbath. Let's go into XRP and let's see what the chart is doing today and how we can actually make as much money as possible trading and leveraging this lovely, lovely asset. So we know the SEC has been squashed. XRP has been squashed by the SEC for a very, very long time now. They're kind of clawed out of it now, and the case is nearly closed. Not quite, I do believe, but they're getting there. They're really, really getting there. And one of the main things about XRP is the fact that a lot of international banks will be using this asset to transfer large amounts of money around the world. Okay, and in order for them to do that, they need liquidity in the market, and that means basically XRP needs to be at a higher price. It's seriously underpriced right now. So let's go into CMC and let's see how it's been reacting here over the last sort of month, week, and year. So over the last month, we're down around 14%. We did see obviously XRP explode to the upside on November the 5th after Trump came in and got rid of the old Gary Gensler. You can see the massive price explosion from that was super bullish. A lot of people made a lot of money, and we didn't see all-time highs for XRP, but we did see yeah, I think all-time high was way back. Yeah, it's way back in 2018, around $3.50. Nearly cleared it, guys. Really, really nearly cleared it. Got to $3.40 something. Definitely got to $3. $3.30. Yeah, $3.30, $3.40. Didn't quite get to all-time high, but right now it's absolutely dipped, guys. It's really, really taken a big hit from that from this current bull market high, which is a 37% decline. Okay, it's the wrong key. 37% decline. Right now, it's actually looking primed for a lovely, lovely bounce, but we need to be cautious. The reason why we need to be cautious, guys, is because, let me just get rid of some of these lines for you. We need to be cautious because you can see that we've got, it just still looks terrible. Hold on. Yeah, you can see that we've got this really, really nice upward sloping parallel channel. Now, the upward sloping parallel channel, you can see resistance, resistance, support, 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 lost support, test and support, lose support again to the downside. This is the classic like a trap, right? Everyone's gonna thinking, oh, we're shorting now, we're coming out of this pattern, bang, liquidating everyone, and then continuation to the downside. So the measure move for this actually points like this to the downside, guys, looking for this target of around $1.62. The only way that this can really hit that if Bitcoin does go and test previous lower all-time highs, which would be 69,000, of course. If that does hit that, I would expect XRP to have a continuation of this current micro downtrend for around 22% to the downside. Now, in terms of bullish macro market structure, you can see that we haven't really had that much of a significant pullback until we hit this area. Okay, this area was the first significant pullback, creating the initial macro higher low. Okay, so as long as we're above this macro higher low, which is $1.90, $1.982 there, as long as we're above that, it is going to be a bullish scenario here for XRP. But if we start losing that, we're invalidating higher lows. It's looking pretty bleak from that point. I wouldn't count this as an invalidation because you can see it got bought back within a day. That's just being super volatile and filling limit orders. But you can see here, again, if we break this low here, if we break this low, then it's going to be confirming this massive spike to the upside as what we call a lower high. Now, if this is a lower high, this does mean that we are looking for downside, a continuation of downside, which could be pretty bleak for the price of XRP. Guys, let's be real. We pumped from 50 cents up to $3.40. So we need pretty significant pullbacks to validate this move. If we're really looking at solid targets, 179, 143, 129 is sort of a very strong boxed buy area that I would be referring to. And you can see here that we do have a completion of the measure move here at this point as well. So usually we do get a buy from that zone. Let's bring up volume weighted ATR bands and see where we are at with them, because obviously they're super important as well. You can see 4-hour, 3-day, and 12-hour in this hovering in this area as well. So this does actually extend the confirmation that we are looking for potential bounces from this zone. You can see we bounce clearly off the 4-hour really, really nicely for that support there as well. We haven't tested the 3-day or the 12-hour for a significant period of time. Okay, usually when we do test these very, very strong macro volume weighted ATR bands after a significant trend, it's very, very likely that we bounce quite aggressively, talking 5-10% moves. So definitely an area to be looking out for there between 192 and 175. Let me know what you think of XRP in the comment section, and I'm going to be doing a bit more of a price prediction to see how high this asset could be going very, very shortly. So stay tuned. We're going to be looking for yeah, a couple of X's here. We'll have a little look. But before we do that, I want to talk to you quickly about a project, guys, that I think is super underpriced. And it's basically a new Web3 wallet. So you've got MetaMask, you've got Phantom, now you've got Best Wallet. Now, Best Wallet is, as I said, a Web3 wallet that supports 60 different chains, and their USP, their unique selling point, is something that's brand new. They're actually creating their own debit card to have inside of your phone. Now, what this means is it means it's bridging the gap between Web 2 and Web 3 payments in day-to-day retail exchanges of goods. Now, why is that important? Because no one's done that before. Okay, they're doing it from a legal standpoint. It's very, very cool. You're going to be able to pay contactless for your shopping, whatever you want to buy, using the Best Wallet app. That's why it's got a super, super unique USP. And as I said, they're in a pre-sale phase because their token that they're launching is going to be supporting the whole ecosystem. And you can see they've raised $11 million. So a pre-sale of that caliber with 100,000 users is something that we can't ignore here. And that's why I've aped into this lovely, bought a juicy amount of Best Wallet token here. And I've got them staked over on their staking platform as well. So I'm earning continuous rewards every single day up until this launch. Super bullish. Now, Jupiter Decentralized Exchange, Jupiter Dex, they actually launched their own crypto token at around 20 or 30 million dollar market cap. And what happened to that? It absolutely exploded here because they had the user base. Same scenario with Best Wallet. They've got 100,000 users already, voted very, very high on all the app stores, and yeah, pretty much destined to succeed. Let me know what you think in the comment section of Best Wallet. Let's get back to XRP for now. So you can see we did see bull market all-time highs of this run, $3.40, okay, 3.39, something like that, and we got the all-time high at around 3.50. Now, why and how high can this bad boy can it go? Okay, so with a market cap of $123 billion, let's look at the high in terms of the market cap was roughly around 189 billion. If this is going to be facilitating the bank's international transfers, we need to talk about this in terms of a more of a realistic price. $5, $10. What's realistic here? Ethereum's up around $230, so that would be roughly just under a 2x for XRP, which would bring the price of XRP right now up to around $4, $4.22, okay, which is very, very achievable, $4.22. It's the fact, can it get higher than that? Is it really going to be used? And the answer to that is yes, I do believe it will. I do believe that XRP will get to around $10 a coin, which will be roughly around near enough a 10x from where we are now. Roughly around a 10x from where we are now in terms of the market capitalization. I'm thinking $1 trillion, not $10. It will be a 5x from where we are now, just under a 5x, which will be roughly around a $500 billion valuation, which isn't even tickling Bitcoin. It's not even halfway on the way to Bitcoin yet. So I do think that that is completely achievable here for XRP in the next sort of maybe not 6 to 12 months, but at least a few years or so. If we look at Ethereum, you can see the all-time high Ethereum market cap here was actually around 548 billion. If XRP hits that, that would put XRP at that lovely $10 valuation, which is completely achievable in my opinion, which would mean 371% gain on your investment. So if you're not in XRP yet, look for entries, DCA into this bad boy, get involved because you're going to make a lot of money over the coming years or so. That is going to be it from me. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. I am going to be calling it a day here. But just remember, Best Wallet, massive opportunity there. Go check it out. I'll leave the link in the description for you guys to go and do your own research. Thank you ever so much for watching, guys. Peace out for now, and I'll see you in the next one.